tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your #1 source in after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's Monday Night Raw After Show. I'm Cathy Kelley. Johnny LaQuasto and Dale Rutledge are out this week for Labor Day, but we are celebrating a lesser-known holiday in the studio today, National Tag Match Day.
That's what it felt like tonight.
It felt like that.
We went, what, like an hour and 20 minutes of tag matches?
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yes. And then we get a singles match featuring 2 tag teams in a tag team angle.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Tag Match Day. You have to do it.
National Tag Match Day.
Go big or go home.
In Des Moines.
Yep.
So, sitting across from me, the ginger tag team themselves,
Yeah.
Christian Rosenberg.
Speaking of tag teams, we got one right here.
Yes.
There we go. Christian Rosenberg, Eric Rowan.
Erik Barnes.
Oh, Erik Barnes.
Yeah.
Close enough.
All right.
It's
Close
confusing sometimes.
Got it.
He is my spirit animal, so it's fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, how are you guys doing this week?
It just started.
Yeah, it did just start, but we got a long weekend, Labor Day weekend.
Yes, this
for
is
all
true.
of the hard-working Americans.
All of us.
It's true. All the hard-working ones.
Yeah.
And I still work today on Labor Day.
We are working today.
But in Russia, it is the Day of Knowledge, September 1st.
It is the Day of Knowledge.
We learned something today.
Indeed. We gained more knowledge on the very Day of Knowledge.
You even Googled it to make sure it was a real holiday.
Thank good. Yeah. Because pro wrestling tends to lie. So I'm fine with it.
Why would they lie to us? Makes no sense. Anywho, Labor Day, great day, celebrating the hardworking Americans. Raw kicks off.
What a segue! What a segue!
You're welcome.
And that was the gist of tonight's Raw.
Indeed. What a segue. In hard work in Des Moines, Iowa. With
Don't
a
talk
hard
bad
working
about
crowd.
Des Moines.
I'm not talking bad about Des Moines. I said hard work in Des Moines, Iowa. That was
My
a
old
compliment.
stomping grounds.
Yeah.
But yes, Raw kicks off with Chris Jericho in the ring for the longest highlight reel ever.
It's up there.
19 minutes long.
Yeah.
No.
I don't have the record books, but that, if not at least top 3, number
Yeah.
1.
It's up there.
Yeah.
No commercial break.
No
No.
commercial.
No
We
commercial
thought,
break.
We thought it was like, is this some special event of commercial-free Raw that we didn't know about?
Yeah.
Kept going and going and going.
Well, his guest tonight, he thought was just Orton, but Triple H's music hits, and Triple H comes down with Orton, Kane, and Rollins. Crowd goes crazy because Rollins is an Iowa boy?
He's an Iowa
from
boy.
Des Moines.
Davenport, Iowa.
Davenport, yes, close enough.
The pride of
I
Davenport.
don't think WWE goes to Davenport, Iowa too
They
often.
do for house shows.
Maybe house, but like
Yeah.
TV tapings. No.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the closest one to where I grew up was Springfield, Massachusetts, but they would go to Hartford or Boston for the TV tapings.
Yeah.
Because it's not a large place.
Yeah. Davenport's one of the top 5 cities in Iowa, so I would
Sure.
think that they would go there for
Well,
something.
being that's
You
around
would
your
know better
starting
than
grounds.
us.
I don't know more than Des Moines and now Davenport, thanks to Seth Rollins.
Iowa City?
I did not know there was an Iowa City.
Come
Did you know there was an
on.
Iowa City?
No.
Cedar Rapids?
Okay, I've heard of Cedar Rapids. I've heard of Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
Okay.
That works.
You just named 4.
And those
Good
are
enough for
the
me.
only cities in Iowa. Those are the only cities in Iowa.
So,
I have no room to talk. I'm from Ohio, so
there's Cleveland.
there's Cleveland, Cincinnati,
Yes.
Toledo, Columbus,
My alma mater, Akron.
and Akron. Okay.
Home of the Zips.
All right.
The worst team name in all of college sports.
Go Zips.
But highlight reel.
Yes, yes.
Anyways,
Back to important things.
Triple H comes out with his crew and says Jericho never grew up emotionally or physically.
He does have a Peter Pan complex.
I mean, he's living the dream. He's a WWE superstar that has a, world touring band.
And like actor show coming on comedy. He's doing
Yeah.
literally everything.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying
He's
on Dancing
the
with the
modern day
Stars.
Renaissance man.
I am not saying he is unsuccessful. I am saying he is in his 40s and looks and dresses like he's 22.
He looks like he's 22. So
I'm siding with Cathy on this one. I mean, maybe not
He can
22,
do
but he still looks
whatever
in his
he
20s.
wants.
I'm just gonna say,
Well, then Jericho fired back by making fun of the fact Triple H wears a pink tie.
yes.
Do you know who else wears a pink tie? Vince McMahon. He wears pink, so it works out.
Right?
I guess to Triple
A
H's
series of
point,
hmms.
that was not a very mature comeback. Too.
Yeah.
Neither was mature. There was nothing mature
It's
about
the first
any
hour.
of this.
Come on.
Any of this
Be a
segment.
star, guys. Let's just poke fun of what each other wears.
Yeah.
Anyways, Triple H also says he may name a new #1 contender at a Night of Champions. So every guy in the ring says that they deserve a shot, one after the other. Cena comes out, says he invoked his rematch clause against Lesnar, and if Triple H takes that away,
Oh, God.
Cena threatens to take him to court.
Remember when Hulk Hogan threatened to sue Jack Tunney for not getting his title shot? And when Stone Cold Steve Austin approached Vince McMahon and said, I will take you to court if I don't get my justified WWE championship?
Weren't both of those like around the times where their careers ended? So I'm being serious right now.
When they did that?
Yeah.
No, it never happened. That's
Well,
my
of course
point.
it never happened, but Cena is the face of the company, the king of the charities, and he's going to go to court.
Yeah.
What happened? We go from the super angry, I'm going to beat Brock Lesnar's ass to I'm going to beat you in a court of law with my attorney.
Yes.
Yeah.
With
Why?
David Otunga, attorney at law.
He's available.
He is available. And he's quite good. Harvard.
Isn't he undefeated?
Sure.
At least last week I heard.
Last I heard as well.
All right.
Anyways, Rollins says Triple H, let him have the rematch. There's always plan B. Points to the Money in the Bank briefcase.
And crowd is ecstatic.
Yeah. Then Reigns comes out, says he deserves a shot, and Triple H announces a 6-man tag match later tonight. Reigns, Cena, and Jericho versus Orton, Rollins, and Kane. What do we think of that?
I'm cool with the 6-man tag. I was just concerned because like Triple H was like, well, let's see who will like win me over to feel like they deserve a shot at Brock Lesnar. Other than Cena, do any of them really want to face Brock Lesnar?
They really want the championship.
Well, yeah.
But my real question is, let's see, it's going to be a singles belt for a singles title. You have to impress me in this multi-man tag match in order for me to convince me for you to go and challenge our ultimate singles champion. I thought that they would just go like, okay, you versus you, you versus you, you versus you, whoever beat
the clock.
Whoever not just beat the clock or beat their opponent most convincingly would get a shot.
Why do you think we had so many tag matches tonight?
We got to get everyone on the show.
Because Adam Rose and Zack Ryder needed TV time tonight.
We have to get everyone on the show. I mean, it's genius. It worked. That's the reason why Mexico does a lot of 6-man tags. Is so a combination of getting every character and every property on the show for one, and also because people are frequently tagging in, tagging out. There's less chance of a guy getting injured. They can just, oh, okay, I'm tired.
I would have
In and
rather
out.
had a Divas single match.
Oh, I concur.
Yeah,
I concur.
very much so.
But
And then the ending of this thing with Seth Rollins tried to get a cheap shot on Reigns. When you're in Rollins' hometown, to start off with this big segment where the crowd is, you can tell, they're more behind Rollins than anyone else that was in that
Yeah.
ring. He goes for a cheap shot at Reigns. Reigns socks him and is holding the briefcase for him. That just made the crowd boo Reigns.
yeah.
He's the guy that they don't want any boos at right now.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly, and you're correct. However, WWE loves to crap on the hometown boys whenever they're in the hometown.
Well, that's why at the end when we talked about how Rollins got beat down.
So you could have had,
enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
But he could have said that at the end, not by the guy who they're trying to escalate as the next top guy.
Yeah, I see.
I mean, I think anywhere else, it would have been fine. But yeah, in Iowa. So next up we have Sheamus and Ziggler versus Cesaro and The Miz, just continuing our tag matches of the night. Damien Sandow is Miz's new stunt double.
Damien Mizdow.
Yes.
And he's feeding Miz water during the match. Miz's makeup artist tonight.
He's got a makeup artist.
Yes, she is actually an indie wrestler, Sarah Bridges. Thank you to, I have to find out the name of the fan who tweeted us all that information, but
Always happy for indie people to get work on TV.
Yeah, and there were multiple indie people on TV tonight.
Rosebuds and all that.
Yeah. So after this, or I guess there was a commercial break halfway through the match, we come back to fans chanting, "We want Ziggler." Ziggler gets in the ring. Sandow, a.k.a. the stunt double, gets in the ring for distraction. And then Miz capitalizes and hits the skull-crushing finale for the win.
With Miz, a lot of people always bash his like in-ring abilities. Like even at SummerSlam, there was "You Can't Wrestle" chants, which I can't stand, especially with someone who's done as much as Miz has done.
Yeah.
But the story that he constantly tells, where he's literally dodging just about every move that involves getting hit in the face.
I know.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm loving this gimmick more and more.
Yeah.
And by the week, he adds. Last week he added Mizdow, and this week the makeup artist. I'm trying to think of what's going to come up next, like an agent that's going to negotiate deals for him on his behalf.
I'm hereby applying
an entourage.
I'm hereby applying for the role of Mrs. Agent. I want to be Mrs. Agent, damn it.
I can see that.
I would have so much fun with that role.
Oh my God, whoever it is,
whoever
will just embrace that role. This is like a fresh new. This is just fresh for Miz, and I'm entertained.
Yeah.
It adds dimension to his character aside from just, I'm an annoying guy, guys. Get mad. It's like, no, you're not making me mad. You're making me want to change the channel. But now I'm getting mad. I want to see him. I can't wait till he gets hit in the face.
Yeah, and the whole thing with Sando coming in at the end was
brilliant.
It was brilliant because Mrs. Sando was like, oh no, it's fine. He's my stunt double. He can go in now. Just like nonchalant. Yeah, he can come in for me. And the ref is like, what the hell are you doing?
I have some real life information on that. One of my good friends, Francia, was in Christmas Bounty with The Miz, and he was billed as second, and she was billed as first. And she says, as a joke, he would always be like, "Well, you know, the real star is me."
Still doing the gimmick there.
Yep. Yep.
That's
star
commitment.
like The Miz.
Live
Love
the gimmick.
Yes. So what do you guys think of this match overall, though? Other than The Miz.
I think this was the most memorable match of the whole night.
Yeah.
I'd
agree.
I really
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I enjoyed that in the midst of the whole Hollywood chicanery, there was a hoss fight between Cesaro and Sheamus that just made me can't wait until the singles match in the upcoming pay-per-view.
Yeah. When they feuded earlier this year, I really liked their fights, and now it's coming up around again. This time with a title. I'm for it.
Yes.
I'm excited for that match.
Two large men smacking each other around, I'm for it.
But two guys that are really good at brawling.
Yes, exactly.
Why are you for that? Nothing.
Why are you for two large men smacking each other around? Is what she's trying to ask.
Gee, what are you implying?
Nothing.
Okay.
Just wanted to thank at Matt LeBlanc A on Twitter.
Matt LeBlanc from Friends?
He was the one. No, M LeBlanc. M LeBlanc. Sorry.
You got my hopes up.
Marc Andre LeBlanc.
I thought Joey watched the show.
Anyways, he was the one who was sending us all the names of the indie wrestlers that they used tonight.
Awesome.
So, shout out to him.
Thank you very much,
you,
Mr.
sure.
LeBlanc.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Family Feud segment, Bella Twin versus Bella Twin. I believe they called it the Growing Up Bella segment.
Growing Up Bella.
And
by regressing back to high school.
The first of which.
Are you gonna do this as Nikki?
No.
Oh please.
No. Nikki was upset because her prom date Ryan from senior prom left prom without her, and she found him in the parking lot with Brie.
Ooh.
They look alike.
I know.
It could have been a mistake.
Yes. So this is obviously years ago. We saw a picture of them at senior graduation. They looked identical. He could have been mistaken.
What's the young name's
Ryan?
Ryan?
Maybe?
She didn't say that anything happened in the parking lot. What if Brie was just like, you know, hey, what are you doing in the parking lot? Maybe you should go back into your date.
I thought you said they were making out.
Oh,
Either way, I want Ryan's thoughts on this, his testimony.
Yes,
Wonder
let's
what
get
happened
Ryan. Can Ryan call into the show? I want to speak to him.
I want to know what he's doing now. If he still lives in the town, like he works at the local Citgo, or...
And my one thing, and we'll talk about the rest of them later, but all of these stories that Nikki was just like, Brie screwed me over, were all like 10 years ago.
Yeah, pre-20s. Never about in the business or anything. Everything. Growing up Bella, regressing to high school. It's just, yeah.
Well, I think she's taking us on a journey of, you know, all of the things that Brie has done over the years. Because a couple weeks ago, we heard, you know, when they were little, Brie always blamed her for everything. And now we're in the high school age. And then we've also heard about what she's done recently, where she quit on her sister. So, yeah.
All right.
There are multiple incidents.
We're going to talk more about this as the night goes on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, going into the 6 Diva tag match, Eva, Rosa, and Cameron versus Layla, Summer, and Naomi. Kind of weird that Natty was not in this and Layla was, just since it's supposed to be total divas.
Where was Natty? Like, I understand, obviously, you can't use the Bellas, and I guess that's the rest of the divas in it, other than Natty. So, A, where was she? And B, when are we going to finally let Rosa Mendez win a match? I don't care if it's a 6 diva tag. Like, was it?
Did you watch my interview?
Did you watch mine?
No.
Okay. Wow.
If it makes you both feel better, I didn't watch either one of you.
Fair enough. Well, you can watch them all on the AfterBuzz YouTube page.
Hey!
But yeah, like, you know, I heard that and I found that fascinating that she's been around so long and never won a match. So I'm just like, I don't care if it's in a 6 diva tag. Just let her win.
She's never won a singles match.
Oh.
So.
Oh, well then.
Regardless.
My point is
moot.
Useless at this point, now.
The match was essentially Leia doing things, doing moves, and then the finish happened, and then Cameron punched a person's butt.
Layla.
In the beatdown.
Yeah.
I'll punch Layla's butt in the beatdown.
After the whole Layla and Rosa thing, it seemed like seconds into it, chaos just ensued. All the divas in the ring, and then
butt punching.
Butt punching, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to see Naomi back.
Yeah.
She's been gone for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad it's like, oh, good, you're okay. You can still, like, we can have you on TV.
Yay!
Because we need Naomi on TV.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Put her on TV every week, please.
That's a great song.
What's the second verse to that song?
Put her on TV every week, please. It'll put all of my mind at ease. Cause I see
Harper and Rowan versus
Naomi.
Mark Henry and Big Show. Show has yet to get in the ring when we go to commercial. Then Rusev and Lana walk towards the ring. Rusev ends up kicking Henry in the face. And the match ends via DQ.
Another Haas battle. I like Haas battles.
Yeah.
I like these matches, but we've literally had it on every show the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Did the last time they face each other, did Luke Harper do some Jushin Liger palm strikes against the chest?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, then my point
and
is
Eric Rowan has body slammed Big Show in every single match.
I'm fine with that.
Which is awesome that he can do that.
Yes.
But, like, you know, doing, like, the same shocked reaction, and, like, that's great. The 6th time you do it in a row, you shouldn't be as shocked that you did it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's his character. Maybe Eric Rowan doesn't believe in himself every time.
Eric Rowan has confidence issues.
Yeah, well, he's out of all 3 of them, he's the one that's slapped around the most by the other 2 Wyatts. So maybe his confidence is beaten down.
Okay.
And he feels small.
Is that your inner spirit? Because
sometimes
that's
big
why
men
you're related
feel
to him?
small.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Moving on.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So apparently the Henry Rusev feud is happening.
Yes.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about later. It was kind of weird how they split up these segments, but
Yeah.
there was a lot of time in between.
They gave Big Show Mark Henry a lot of time tonight.
We were saying there must have been something weird off in their scheduling. Like either the first segment ran long and they had to improvise with a lot of other things, but it did seem like the pacing was a little off, even though we got some cool matches.
Yeah.
So
a lot of commercial breaks.
Commercial breaks at awkward
Very awkward
times.
commercial breaks.
Yeah. But we get another growing up Bella segment. Nikki talks about passing the driver's test. She says Brie failed on their 16th birthday, but the mom bought them a car.
A used car!
Yeah.
A 2000 Civic.
Nikki drove them everywhere until one night. Brie stole the car and Nikki's driver's license, totaled it, and gave the cop Nikki's driver's license when he asked for it. Put all the blame on Nikki. Oh. What a B.
We forgot to note that each and every one of these segments had like a Dateline NBC background music and presentation to it.
You would get a picture.
As if Nikki Bella was a cancer survivor or saw the horrors of Iraq or something of that nature, when all she
I don't want to
was
laugh at that because
about,
those are serious issues.
Those are serious issues. I'm just telling you what the presentation was about all these high schooly squibbles.
You would think, being that,
which is what made it a good segment.
but wouldn't you think that they would go on where, being the fact that if this actually happened, Brie was a minor, which means the cop has to report to their mother. Who, oh, by the way, that's not Nikki, that's Brie.
Well, Nikki could have been elsewhere at the time.
And,
but no, I'm talking about the mother.
And Nikki,
would have said.
Nikki is the heel, ergo she could just be lying to us.
Yes.
What?
That's
Huh?
obviously
Lying
what we're
in
made
wrestling?
to believe is that Nikki's making
And
all of this
that's
up.
why I looked up Knowledge Day on Google.
That is the only reason.
America
Lying on-
needs a
wrestling.
computer machine to look up their facts.
About Russian culture? Yes.
It's an awful Russian accent right there. Knowledge
you.
Day.
Yeah, the more you know.
PSA. Anyways, speaking of a very knowledgeable person himself, Paul Heyman.
Oh, before that, we got the first announcement that Michael Sam was invited to Raw
yeah.
next week.
Huge video package. Michael Sam, the controversial draft pick that was just cut by the Rams, has been invited
Yes.
to Raw on the first Monday Night Football of the season.
We gave him an email to his publicist.
We tweeted him.
It happened.
Yeah.
He's invited. He could come, right?
He could come, and we're gonna give him an open mic. The floor is yours. Get all the interviews and media after he got cut. It's like, well, I'm very thankful for the Rams for giving me the opportunity. I'm not going to give up, and there's no animosity. There's no anger there.
We know,
I would love him
though.
to show up to just say that. I'm
WWE
fine,
loves their
everybody.
NFLers, so they could easily scoop them up.
But why would he show up? And they're trying to do this against Monday Night Raw or
I
Monday Night
know.
Football next week.
It's smart on them.
No, it's
Come
smart.
on.
It's smart to invite Michael Sam. It's not smart to advertise him when he hasn't confirmed.
And by Wednesday, he's going to respectfully decline and thank them for the offer.
Yeah.
And then this is all going to go away.
And then they can bring Mojo Rawley up.
Not yet.
I'm confused. Hold on.
Oy.
He's a footballer, though.
Former football player, yes.
Ah.
Just have Ron Simmons show up.
There you go. Show up, say, damn, he's not here, and then leave.
Well,
It's just like, why?
That's been the end of every single segment. Like, well, all right.
I mean, the last time they did this was they invited Glenn Beck to show up when he said all those controversial things
Yeah.
about wrestling.
Yeah.
Obviously, he wasn't going to show up.
yeah.
This is an area of controversy, but he's a good guy. There was no animosity with him or the Rams or the NFL
Or
or
WWE,
anything.
yeah.
So it's just like, but the floor is yours. Say what you want. Well, thank you, and
Thank you.
go Rams, go Missouri, and enjoy Raw.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
And enjoy the Nick on Cinemax. It's good.
Where did that come from?
He would just say things that he likes. Whatever that may be.
I don't know. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Well,
Tofu burgers. Good.
Paul Heyman
Thank you.
comes out and
These are
he
things Michael
talks
Sam would like.
about his client, Brock Lesnar, of course. Lesnar annihilated Cena at SummerSlam, and Heyman also talks about how Cena is a cash cow who will be milked for the first time or for the last time at Night of Champions.
He also said Cena was emasculated at SummerSlam.
And he is displaying perfect example of overcompensatory behavior.
What now?
That's what he said at the very beginning. He's like, Cena's
and Heyman's the only guy that can use those words, and when we're watching, we're just like, "Oh, that's harsh." And now we're repeating them, just like, "Huh?"
Overcompensatory behavior.
This is the night of awful impressions. First my Lana impression, now yours.
Now your Heyman impression. That
You
means
did
I'm
a
doing
Lana
it.
impression earlier?
That means I'm
See,
doing.
it was so bad that no one even knew that's what it was.
I got to impersonate someone later on now, don't I? And just do it terribly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Curtis Axel.
We'll
Steph
see.
McMahon.
Because he's next. Do Curtis Axel.
All right.
That's actually pretty good.
Thank you.
That's...
I'll give you a 7 out of 10.
Wow.
That's not bad, actually.
Like you have room to be harsh about
But,
impressions.
and I did that with Heyman's promo, though.
I'm a girl. I can get away with it.
When girls make fun of us, oh, that's cute. When we make fun of, oh, how could you do that? Like, the Charo will hate us. Heyman also mentioned, though, that you can stack the entire locker room and multiply it by infinity, and it doesn't equate to half of the brutality that Cena will suffer at Night of Champions.
Yeah.
So we're going to see another beatdown?
To me, that just, like... I like saying, you know, no one in that locker room is as devastating as Brock Lesnar, because we know no one in that locker room is as devastating as Brock
He
Lesnar.
scares me.
He's
like,
we were like,
he's one of those people that if I saw him on the street, like most of the wrestlers, like, you know, you see him in real life and you're like, oh, cool. If I saw him on the street, I would like run the other way.
we were what, at SummerSlam, maybe 100 feet from him where we were sitting when he came out on the stage. And, like, we're a very safe distance. Security, other people. And I'm just standing there watching and just like, he better not come up this way.
He's
Because
scary.
he's going to hurt me. But why say that, I understand Brock Lesnar more devastating than everyone in the locker room. But why put them all together and multiply by infinity? Oh, no, Brock Lesnar's still more devastating than them. Doesn't that make everyone else just look just a little weak?
Yeah.
Until someone beats him.
Well, true.
Raise a fine point. But, yeah, I would agree that kind of...
It's elevating, so whoever does prevail over him, just it elevates them that much more.
I wouldn't call it a
smart.
complete burial because he didn't mention names, but overall, I would say, yeah, you probably shouldn't do the whole multiply it by infinity plus 12 and to the 42th power or whatever.
That's how you build someone.
Not by beating people down, by building the other person up. That's how you build them.
Yeah.
Well,
That's not what he did, though.
Well, I mean, in the past, he's always said, you know, everyone in the locker room's great. He even said a couple weeks ago, I would love to rep John Cena. He's an amazing person.
Right.
But I have this client who's even better than him.
No, and that's the key thing with promos. The key thing when you're cutting a promo
build up
against
someone,
someone,
and then
you build them up, but then mention how you or your client is better. In this moment, in this segment that I was talking about, he didn't build anyone up. He just said the entire locker room, bad. Lesnar, good.
Yeah.
That's my. I can never complain about Paul Heyman because he's a genius.
We're
and
nitpicking here.
well, with Paul Heyman, that's the only thing you can do because
I know.
everything about him is just
That's
so
all we
damn
have.
great.
Nits are all we have.
And then when that moment happens, when Heath Slater beats Brock Lesnar and they elevate him, I cannot
man.
wait.
Can't wait. Yeah. It's going to be great.
WrestleMania 32.
It's going to be good. So, next
Every
up.
time.
Swagger versus Curtis Axel. Your Curtis Axel impression was pretty good.
Do a Zeb impression.
Nah, I don't want to. I can't do that one justice. I can't do Zeb justice.
I miss Zeb.
But he's back tonight.
I
He's
know.
back.
We missed him.
He didn't really talk, but he's back.
So, during this match, Bo Dallas is sitting at the top of the ramp. Axel ends up tapping out to the Patriot Lock.
Swagger got to win.
I know. I was going to say, it's been a while.
Yeah.
To me, this ruins the whole angle.
It
the whole
does.
angle was Swagger losing and losing and losing and losing.
Until he accepts believing.
Yeah.
And then he becomes a follower of Bo Dallas. Man.
But then after he wins, we have some greatness that occurs on the stage.
Yes. Let's talk about this greatness.
Yes.
So Swagger wins. Bo gets on the mic at the top of the ramp to talk about how Swagger just let down all the Americans, and he has 3 Americans as examples, of which
Jack Swagger
Richie,
ruins lives.
Richie the farmer from Iowa,
The gambling farmer.
bet an entire month's salary on Swagger winning at
He
SummerSlam.
bet his entire salary on
And
pro wrestling.
now all of his savings are lost.
Yeah. He bet it all at SummerSlam. Then he went double or nothing on every rematch.
He literally bet the farm on pro wrestling.
I'll tell you what, though, he's got nice.
corn.
He had like nice outfit for losing the farm.
He did
He wasn't really dressed as a farmer.
not at all. Which I found refreshing, actually. Because I was imagining if he was going to do a farmer, he'd have the straw hat, a piece of straw out of his mouth, wearing
That's
overalls.
not how farmers in Iowa look.
Well, I'm just saying.
You think they found him on the Farmers Only website?
Yes.
Cathy, were you a match with him on Farmers Only? Is that why you know?
Are you a member of the 4-H?
What is the 4-H?
4-H, no, I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But I did go to the Iowa State Fair and eat deep fried butter.
Well, okay.
It was
then.
delicious.
Fair enough.
You're saying that to 2 chubby men on the other side here, and we're just like, that's disgusting, but I want it.
The Iowa State Fair is a
Not
pretty
bad.
amazing experience. Deep fried butter, deep fried Snickers, salad on a stick.
How does that work?
It's like a salad kebab.
Huh.
Yeah. It's good.
So
Interesting.
fried lettuce and tomato and...
No, not fried lettuce.
The
It's just
salad is not
regular
fried.
lettuce, yes. It's like an entire salad on a stick, so you eat it like a kebab.
Oh, okay. All right. I was lost in the whole fried thing.
Deep fried Oreos. Deep fried pretty much anything that you could ever want, and anything that you could never want, but it still tastes delicious.
I just want to know where this farmer made the bets, though. Because you're not anywhere near a casino.
Well, there
Oh, is
are
there one
casinos in Iowa, yeah.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Okay. But,
Council Bluffs.
But can you go, I bet a month's
actually
salary of my farm against a house of the casino.
Maybe it was not that great of a farm.
Farmers actually do pretty well for themselves.
Well, successful.
I'm
yeah,
just
like
saying,
there's some that do
successful
very
farmers.
well.
Like maybe he felt the need to be like, oh, all I got's 2 cows and I need another. Here's $3,200. My life savings.
I think he's making more than that.
And Green Thunder in the chat row, thank you for telling me that I'm not chubby. That boosts my self-esteem. Just wanted to say that now. But who else do we have?
Yes, we have
Oh, yes.
Angelo,
The deported Taylor.
who
so
failed
great.
his citizenship test because he was so worried about Swagger. So now he's being deported back to Italy. Zeb just...
Yeah, let's break it. So we have...
What a horrible country Italy is to go back to.
We have an Italian who's devastated about an American losing a match, fails his citizenship test before it, and is forced to get deported. But before he can do that, he gets to be on national television, on stage, being talked to the guy who's all about deporting illegal immigrants.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, he wasn't going to be illegal.
Well, he failed the test. Therefore,
Yeah.
he
Failed.
is.
Now he's
Yeah.
illegal.
Well, no, you have a certain
Sorry,
amount of time
Angelo.
before you have to go back.
Well, that's why he was able to be on Raw. He's leaving the next day, Kathy.
The car is
He
waiting
has
for
a
him
good
in the back.
send-off. That's a pretty cool story to tell all your Italian friends.
Yeah,
And maybe one day, and maybe they can watch it on the network.
indeed. For $9.99.
How much?
$9.99. Well, I don't know how much that is in. What is
Euros?
Euro?
Euro? Yeah. How many euros is that?
I don't know.
I don't know. You seem to know a lot of things and are an intelligent human.
Oh,
So I'm making a question.
well, thank you. You're
Jennifer
welcome.
is
Jennifer.
also on stage, and her son Stuart used to think that Swagger was the bee's knees. That was his favorite wrestler. But after Swagger lost, Stuart now has a new idol,
Oh God.
Vladimir Putin.
He goes from idolizing a mid-card wrestler to idolizing the Prime Minister of Russia.
At least just say Rusev or something. There's a
Say
giant.
Bo Dallas.
That is one dumb kid to make such a logical leap.
Or a very smart communist
No,
kid.
it is a stupid child that deserves Vladimir Putin as his hero.
Well,
That is a stupid kid. I'm sorry, Kathy, crossing the line right now. That is a dumb child.
well.
You're a sweetheart.
I am.
You're at that Be a Star segment we had at the beginning of the show with Jericho and Triple H right now.
No, I'm sorry. It's a dumb kid. It's a dumb farmer.
Are you reading this
and
from
it's
your
a
notes?
Dumb Angelo.
Did you write that in your notes?
That he's a dumb kid? No.
Oh, because you were like looking down, like he's a dumb kid.
I'm looking down to remember the names of these dumb people.
Oh God,
they're so dumb.
Stuart, we don't think you're dumb.
I think Stuart's dumb.
Well, that's one person.
There's one.
We
Stuart, follow me on Twitter at @Erik Barnes and refute me. Tell me you're not dumb.
Stuart Swagger apologizes, and he wants you back as being his idol.
He won tonight.
He won a match tonight.
Yeah, that's the other thing too.
Go back to him.
Why
winning
Bo
refutes
come out? Yeah.
all of this.
But anyways, Bo says, "Put your right hand over your heart," and Bo will leave to end this segment. It was so bad that it was good.
Yeah, it was one of those.
It was great.
This was one of those. We're looking. Why is this happening? All right, it's kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Oh, it's still going. Oh, wait, it's better.
And
I enjoy it because of the terrible logic behind everything. That's
Yeah.
why I love it.
not Matt LeBlanc on Twitter sent me the list of the other indie wrestlers that were there for this segment.
Beautiful.
Which one played
Heather
the mom?
Patera, Merrick Brave, and Bradley Charles.
I'm guessing Merrick Brave was the Italian. If his first name was Merrick. And maybe it's pronounced Brave.
We'll see.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
The good people of Iowa do.
Yes.
Well,
But it's all right, because we got Slater Gator up.
Yay!
Yes.
Well, one half of Slater Gator.
yeah. Adam Rose versus Titus O'Neil. Of course, Adam Rose comes out with the Rosebuds. Titus O'Neil comes out with Heath Slater.
Yay!
Bunny. Let's talk about this
Let's
bunny.
talk about this bunny.
Let's talk about the bunny.
It's about damn time the bunny got himself involved.
Yeah.
I still have a soft spot for that lemon, though.
Yeah, but you
know,
can't
you
be lemon,
know-
though.
It's true, and it's weird because lemons are normally sour, but that one seems sweet.
Well, he constantly says, "Don't be a lemon, be a rosebud." So why does he like this particular
He's a
lemon?
converted lemon.
Oh, he's a converted.
He's a former
okay. All right.
lemon.
Yes.
He's one of the sweet lemons.
Yes.
It was a born-again lemon.
Born again lemon. Two things. One, Titus O'Neil is known as Gator, even though he still barks like a dog.
That was his fraternity, and he's from the University of Florida, Florida
all right.
Gators.
Well, all right then. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is why I asked you that question earlier.
It's Knowledge Day, you guys.
It is
Knowledge Day.
Bum, 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 bum.
And, yeah, so
There it is.
Yay! Thank you.
the bunny tries to distract Titus during the match, to which Heath Slater hits the bunny. The bunny retaliates.
Oh, God, you said it.
I said it.
She said it in the screening room, and we're just like, are you really going to say that on the show?
I said I wouldn't, but I did.
And you did.
And you did. And we appreciate you taking the bullet for that.
Yeah, so the bunny retaliates, and then Rose ends up capitalizing on this distraction, wins with a roll-up over Titus. After the match, though, the bunny and Rose throw Slater into the stairs.
Not just that, the bunny is directing
Yes.
Adam Rose on
Yes.
what to do.
He
Yeah.
is the secret genius behind Adam Rose.
The bunny is the leader of the Rosebuds.
He is. He is the Rosebud's hand.
And I am terrified at the fact that this Friday on SmackDown, for SmackDown AfterBuzz, I'm going to have to talk about Slater Gator versus Adam Rose and the bunny.
Afraid? I'd be overjoyed if I were you.
Well, we'll see how the match goes.
Oh, man.
Who do you think the bunny is? Do you think that it's a local guy, or do you think that it's actually someone on the main roster?
I think if he actually wrestles, it'll be someone on the roster.
Yeah.
But like these little things here or there, it's probably just a local indie guy.
Okay.
A lot of people claiming it's Zack Ryder, but it's just I think he was too short to be Ryder.
Yeah.
Okay. someone zoom in on the bunny's hands and figure out whose hands they are.
The scary thing is someone is going to do that.
Yeah.
You think?
I think Mustafa's going to have a meme of it in about 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Hashtag who's the bunny?
Who is the bunny?
Who's the bunny?
Another growing up Bella segment.
Oh, these are so heart-wrenching.
Nikki says Brie almost didn't graduate from high school, and alluded to taking some tests for Brie so that she wouldn't be held back because, you know, Nikki is just such a compassionate sister that she would do something like that.
And also the fact, like, all of these, she was talking about, it's like, I've never told anyone this until now.
Now I'm going to tell everyone.
Now I'm going to tell the world. Why couldn't these these should have been on the app. Like the first,
it tells a story.
Well, the first one we could have had, so I understand it, and then they could have been like, oh, and she was interrupting the app again during commercial. Let's tell another story.
I thought it was great. After this, Lana gets on the mic before Rusev versus Ryder, and she says that Americans are lazy. We celebrate Labor Day by having a day off. It does kind of seem backwards.
I work today, damn it!
We all are working today. Although when it's so much fun like this, it's barely work. But anyways, Lana says that we're promoting listlessness to our youth. And Russia, on the contrary, is celebrating Knowledge Day. So basically, America sucks.
Yeah.
According to
Lana.
Yep. Same thing as the week before and week before that. America, no good.
And just a random one, because I liked it in the chat roll. Dylan91 says he knows who the bunny is. It's Hornswoggle on El Torito's shoulders.
Interesting theory.
I don't know if I believe that.
All right.
All right, fine.
It was another suspect.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the board.
Yeah.
I'll roll that one out.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
let's just throw away that fun idea.
So Rusev versus Ryder. Ryder ends up tapping out to the accolade in seconds.
This match,
mere seconds.
They have this match every other week.
and this was the interesting thing about this match, because Ryder got some offense in. And I don't recall the last time I saw a snap fall-away slam.
Yes.
Because he literally lifted him up and threw him like in super speed, and then he made him tap out all in under a minute.
Yeah.
Is like this
running
match
short on time.
Yeah, they're running short. You got 45 seconds.
Got 45 seconds. Talking segment went long.
And then we get the Jack Swagger video on the back, like the American flag, but it's not Jack Swagger anymore.
No, it's not.
It's Mark Henry,
our hero,
representing America.
Hell yeah.
So Henry's music hits, and he says he's the strongest man in the country.
I guess he was
his
promoted.
Country. Well, he's the strongest man in the world, but especially this
the strongest man in the strongest country.
Yes. And he also says, you think just because you're undefeated, you're invincible, which Rusev nods his head. And then Henry continues and says, well, I just opened up an international wing in the Hall of Pain, and you're going to be the first inductee.
One problem with this. I liked Henry's promo.
Yeah?
Rusev is not undefeated. He lost to Reigns on Raw.
That's right.
By DQ. That's why the commentators have never said he's undefeated. Because he's not.
I was also waiting for Henry when he said, you think being undefeated? You haven't beaten anybody. You've only beaten Zack Ryder again, and Kofi again, and Slater again,
Sin Cara
again,
and
Swagger a couple times. It's just a sea of just feeding him the same, low card guys that, I'm bored by Rusev now because you're not moving him anywhere. And hopefully this feud with Henry, he'll dominate in a, dominating fashion. And then he'll continue to compete against guys that are at a higher level. And that way, he gets fed to Cena and Cena wins, and we start the whole rigmarole over again.
Now, to me, the most sense after his feud with Swagger was have him go with Sheamus for the U.S. title.
Yeah.
To me, that would have made the most sense for that character and all the anti-America things. Rename it the Russia Championship or whatever.
There you go.
I mean, that being said, I love Cesaro and Sheamus anyway.
Yeah.
But to me, as far as progressing, Rusev, I agree with you. He's kind of been level. He's still taking on different guys, but none of them are really taking that next step up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it weird to have this, like, I mean, we'll talk about the backstage segment later, but was it weird to have it in this order of the night for this storyline?
I mean, it made sense for this to happen a little later on after he interfered earlier in the night. The last segment, which we'll get to in a little bit, should have been like right after this.
The locker room segment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on. We'll get to that eventually. Backstage, Triple H and Stephanie looking all lovey-dovey. Steph says she relates to Nikki's stories about Brie, but she's always had everything, you know, not given to her, but she's been a very privileged lady. And Steph says that she wants to give back. Triple H says she's so cute. And the kiss. And yeah.
It was adorable.
It was adorable. It was half adorable, half creepy, which is what it was intended to be.
Yes. Yes.
We got another suspect for the bunny from Lake 85.
Okay.
Virgil.
That would explain a lot.
The $1 Million Man's bodyguard. I actually hope it's him.
I'd be happy for him. That means he's getting work. Be lovely.
I'm loving now everyone in the chat rolls just guessing who the bunny is. We got CM Punk. We have Luke Gallows.
Hashtag who's the bunny?
Yeah. Hashtag who's the bunny?
Who's the bunny?
What's in the box?
What's in the
What's
bunny?
in the bunny?
What's in the bunny?
Steph comes out to the ring, brings out Nikki. Steph gives Nikki a shot at the Divas title, which is kind of out of nowhere. But she says she feels bad for her, and so she wants her to have this chance. To which Brie comes out and says Nikki has been telling lies all night, and, you know, questions, why are you doing this? Is it just so that you could get a shot at the Divas title? Then AJ comes out, says she's the #1 contender. I don't know if Steph and Triple H forgot what that means.
Hi, boss
but
lady.
She's supposed to have her rematch.
That was amazing.
She's entitled to it. Then Paige comes out and says they're missing one thing. The Divas champion herself.
The bloody Divas champion.
Yes. Then Paige and AJ start bickering. Nikki tells Paige and AJ that they're being two immature girls.
Yeah, Nikki tells them, you guys are being immature.
Which is awesome, by the way.
Then
Yeah, it was.
Nikki tells Brie to just quit the entire company. She said she did it for her husband, but she wouldn't do it for her own flesh and blood. She says if Brie loves her, she'll just leave. Looks like Brie's about to leave, but then
I really thought she was.
she pushes Nikki into the other girls. Everyone starts chanting yes. Then AJ picks up the Divas title and starts skipping around the ring.
And they play her music.
They play AJ's music.
She's the only one left standing tall.
Steph asks for the belt, and that's the segment.
Two things in this. One, was the stare down with Stephanie and AJ starting to plant a seed for something more in the future?
Hope so.
B, why are we combining the two intriguing Diva storylines into one? I like Paige and AJ going at it.
That's my question as well. I thoroughly, and I've said this on every Raw after show the last month or so, I love the two female storylines that we have going on.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me why they're combining them now, other than so that we have more people in the Divas title.
The only thing to me is that maybe they're worried that it's gonna run too long, so they're gonna put them all together for one pay-per-view to help extend it, and then they'll separate at that point.
Yeah.
So then they'll go. Then we'll have like the payoff match between Paige and AJ at the following one, and the payoff with Nikki and Brie at the following one.
I just don't understand, why is Nikki getting a title shot right now when we have such a great feud going on with...
Because Stephanie's evil.
Because Nikki right now is...
As for storyline, I mean.
Right,
Nikki, Well, Nikki's storyline-wise is actually the top... Even though Paige is the champion, Nikki gets booed more than Paige.
Oh, yeah.
So... For that, I think they're thinking, oh, let's get her in the title picture because she's the most hated diva right now.
I mean, that storyline has started the show. It's ended the show. It's one of the biggest right now.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't want it to interfere with one of the show-stealing matches. That would be Paige and AJ. Because they had a good match at Battleground, had a great match at SummerSlam.
We just need sister versus sister match and AJ versus Paige.
And AJ versus Paige in a cage. Like, I want them to have like a big gimmick match.
Yeah.
To, like, as the send-off, like the rubber match.
Okay. I agree. Thoughts?
You guys pretty much picked them all. So,
All right.
I'm siding with Christian on this one in the sense that I think that, like you said, they're just trying to... This is good, and so is this, so let's try to make it as long as we can without trying to burn it out.
Okay. Fair enough.
Take this 3-monther into a 6-monther or something.
And apparently also Fake Diesel and Joey Mercury are suspects for the bunny. I'm just going with those because I just find that hilarious.
But Fake Diesel's the Demon Kane.
You guys...
Shh, no one knows that.
Oh, well, I mean...
I am actually the bunny.
You're the bunny! How did you get here so quickly from Des Moines?
I teleported.
You have to, hold
Well,
on.
that's a whole different story. You've created a human teleport?
You defied physics to be on AfterBuzz TV.
Speaking of steel cages, they announced that Jericho and Wyatt are going to have a steel cage match next week on Raw.
Yay!
What?
Why?
Monday Night Football, you said it yourself.
Yes.
That's true, but this should be on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Wyatt's done nothing except get his ass beat the last 2 weeks.
Well, now he's going to beat ass next week.
Well, maybe, but Jericho's then in no other feud. So, like, they could have, again,
Well,
done a
Jericho
rubber
will
match
probably
thing.
have to leave soon to do Fozzy duties and his new show on Comedy Central.
True, but they were planting, to me at least, they were kind of planting seeds between Jericho and Orton last week and tonight on the highlight reel. Because he was bashing Orton for having everything handed to him.
So he can have one last hurrah at Night of Champions and then do stuff.
Maybe.
But so we have this cage match with Wyatt on Raw, and then we'll have 2 weeks of Orton Jericho build up, and then what's there for Wyatt?
Yeah.
If Bray's on the kickoff, I'm gonna be upset.
Or if he doesn't have a match.
Or not at all.
Yes.
I don't know.
We're gonna have Wyatt versus Adam Rose on the kickoff at this point.
I don't know.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else is there?
Sister Abigail is the bunny.
Since when did the kickoff become such a bad thing, though?
Since when the what? I'm sorry?
The kickoff match. I don't know why.
No, it's not a bad thing, but if when you're going from like main eventer to kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
true.
Quite the dive.
Like that's ideal. Like a mid-card guy, I got a pay-per-view spot. Nice. Even if it's a kickoff, I'm still performing on that show.
Yeah.
Main eventers shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
No.
And Wyatt's a main eventer.
Yes.
Agreed. Goldust versus Jimmy Uso. Last week, of course, the Dust Brothers had their shot at the tag titles, but Jay was counted out because of his knee injury. Goldust asked for a rematch then and there. Didn't happen. But tonight, Goldust versus Jimmy Uso ended up, after the match, just turning into a brothers beating up brothers. And, yeah, what'd you guys think of it?
I liked it. It was short, but I enjoyed it. It just continued to build and plant seeds for the upcoming rematch.
I always love the little things when guys sell certain stories. And to me, at the very beginning, when the Usos were coming out, Jey Uso, with his knee bandaged up, could not do the warrior dance.
Nope.
He just kind of like stood there when Jimmy was doing all the bending stuff. He was just like kind of standing there, bobbing his head. That is freaking commitment.
That's
like,
selling.
You know, yeah, exactly.
It's selling.
Not enough people do that.
No.
And I commend them for that. And I love how all of a sudden Goldust and Stardust just turned into just vicious punks.
Yeah, that's great.
The chair on the ring post, that looked good.
It looked great.
It looked painful.
And now they're just a bunch of heel weirdos, and I love that too.
Yeah.
What I especially loved is at the very start of the match when they're like, "Okay, we apologize," and the baby faces were smart enough not to buy it.
Again, because they bought it the first time.
Yeah, exactly. It's like fool me once, shame on you, because it's been way too often that I hate it when the baby faces look dumb or they don't learn from previous mistakes. It makes them so hard to root for because like stop being stupid.
Yeah.
I agree. And the bunny apparently is Sting.
That's the best one for now.
I'm having way too much fun with the chat roll tonight with this.
God.
Going back to the locker room, this is a segment we were alluding to before.
Yeah, this should have been like a half hour sooner than this.
Mark Henry tells Big Show he wants to go after Rusev himself. And then Big Show, we're not really sure how he feels about it. He says he's okay with it, but he just has that look in his eye where we don't know whether or not he's going to turn
For
heel
the
again.
49th Big Show heel turn.
It's a glistening Mark Henry.
He's still sweaty.
It was so long after his actual match. Why is he still sweating?
He's nervous because he has to break up with Big Show.
They didn't break up. They're just taking a break.
Oh, now we're going into a Friends scenario of we were on a break. What are you doing?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's a shame because I don't know. I prefer this big man tag team over this stuff with Rusev. Maybe it's because I'm just a fan of Mark Henry and I know that in the end he's going to lose. And I don't know what would happen with a Big Show Mark Henry tag team.
Well,
and thus I have
well,
more appeal
if
to the
Goldust and
mystery.
Stardust take the titles from the Usos, then it would make sense for Big Show and Mark Henry.
Yeah.
If they're going to be a team after this whole thing, because who knows if Big Show is just going to be angry that Mark Henry's pushing him away because, like, hey, we could have been tag team champions, but now you're just being selfish and focusing on Rusev, and I'm left in the dust.
Well, it may not even be a heel turn. It may be that Rusev does crush Mark Henry and Big Show comes in to
Saves the day.
Save the day. And thus we have a Rusev-Big Show feud, which would really get Rusev over.
And John LaQuaso's the bunny.
Oh.
That's why he wasn't here
That's
tonight.
why he's not here tonight.
I thought it was because he didn't want to get slapped, but that was
Chadro wants Eric to get slapped.
What did I do?
What did I do the time I got slapped?
Okay.
Yeah. Kathy's known for
she can
slapping
slap
people.
me, that's fine.
Don't sound so excited about it.
yeah,
I
clearly.
mean. But I do have...
Oh, no.
I have an explanation for why Mark Henry might have still been sweating.
Okay.
Apparently, in Iowa today, the humidity was 92%.
That's humid.
Yeah,
It's very humid.
according to Google.
All right.
So,
Well, that's why he wasn't even bothering showering out of his gear yet or anything. It's just like I don't want to do. I got to be on TV some more. I don't want to deal with it yet.
I just think he decided to just show that magnificent glistening body of his. It's glisten. It's shiny.
Do you need a moment?
yeah.
We can leave.
I'm going to need a private
We can leave.
moment. Okay.
Well, if you need a private moment, maybe you should leave.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Well, you can watch.
No, I cannot. I cannot do that.
Main event time,
Thank
the
you.
six-man tag
but you don't want
match.
to.
Jericho, Cena, and Reigns versus Rollins, Kane, and Orton. Cena can't tag in towards the first half of the match, and Jericho ends up taking most of the beating. Cena finally gets in the ring, demolishes everyone, tags in Reigns for the spear. The good guys end up getting the win, but it's after the match that things kind of get crazy.
There was an awesome, and they've been doing this more and more, finisher party in which everyone gets their finisher in.
And then Jericho's finisher happens, and we go to commercial.
we go to commercial.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, like, we
Codebreaker, and then cut to ad.
Because we all thought this was like the moment where all those finishers are going to happen.
Yeah.
Here comes the Codebreaker and commercial.
Yeah.
I was ready for us to come back from commercial and the match be over. For the main event to
They
end
finished
during
it
the app.
on the app.
Yeah.
I was ready for that to
We
happen.
told you to download the app, and you didn't listen.
Yeah. Although I don't think that I feel like legally they wouldn't be allowed to do that to USA. Like USA would have some say over whether.
Who's to know?
Yeah.
I would hope.
By the way, why What's up with JBL ragging on Jericho all show?
Yeah, he hated Jericho tonight.
I mean,
Did Jericho
JBL
piss him
ragging
off?
on everyone. It's great.
It's another highlight reel. This is boring. Boo. Michael.
Oh, I'm Michael?
Michael.
Oh, I didn't realize that was Michael Cole.
No, I didn't. I was just looking in your direction because you were looking at a thing.
Oh.
I'm easily distracted.
Okay, because the bunny's Steve Blackman now. But that being said, I really was entertained by Cena in this match because there's the usual, like, get excited tag match Cena where he's running around getting the crowd amped up for the tag. But we saw a lot of anger and, like, a lot of frustration where he's, like, yelling at Jericho Reigns. He's like, tag me. And then they're doing something else. He's just like, God, what's wrong with these people?
He wasn't doing anything, but everything was telling a story outside the ring.
Well, I mean, the story that it was a good story to tell, but it was kind of weird for me because I thought the story that was going to tell is each one of these individuals wanted to impress Triple H in order to get a title shot, and there was no one that was refusing to tag in order to give the spotlight to someone else.
Yeah, and if they're trying to earn the spot, why does Cena willingly tag Reigns in for the finish?
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
If he's trying to show up, like, be like, don't you see why? Why I should have the shot? I'm ready for Brock Lesnar? Oh, Roman.
Because he's a team player.
That's not for a singles title.
Yes, exactly.
But everyone knew that Cena was the reason why they won this match.
Reigns got the pin.
Reigns got the pin.
Still. He set it up. He did the assist.
Yes, that's why everyone loves John Stockton and doesn't talk about Michael Jordan at all.
Carmelone was
Karl
Stockton.
Malone.
Who's Michael Jordan? I'm not from
He was
Chicago.
Scottie Pippen's teammate.
Oh. Okay. After the match,
The dream team, man.
Cena yells at Triple H. Rollins goes after Cena, and then Cena A's him into the announce table.
In dominating fashion. So he got that back.
So you got the hometown guy getting hurt.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
They do. And Cena had to stare down. And apparently Mr. Belding's the bunny. I'm just going to keep throwing these out. Because it entertains me.
Yeah.
So Cena destroyed the entire authority tonight.
Yeah.
Essentially. And then we had a few extra moments to hype up next week's Raw because it's against Monday Night Football. So we really need to remind everyone, tune in for the cage match. Reigns and Orton SummerSlam rematch. And Michael Sam is invited.
He might sort of kind of be there, maybe.
You realize next week they're going to have Sandow dress up in a football uniform.
Oh, God.
That's
my
exactly
gosh.
what's going to happen.
Oh.
Because he will not be there.
But I thought he's a stunt double now.
Well, maybe Ms. Agent booked him for that role.
Oh. Okay.
I want that Ms. Agent character so bad now.
No, I'm beating you for that role, damn it.
No, I'd be. I wouldn't. I don't have the agent look. You're fine.
Maria Menounos is the bunny.
Okay.
That would explain a lot.
Yeah. She's been working out then.
Yeah.
Not that she doesn't already.
No, what, she just started? I mean,
So overall, good Raw. Do you think we have enough next week to overtake Monday Night Football?
we need to. They never overtake Monday Night Football.
No.
But they got great matches lined up.
Yeah.
They got great matches lined up. I'm excited to watch that cage match. I want it to be on the pay-per-view, but I'm excited that it's going to be on Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this show was just put together in order to prepare for things, which is next week's Raw, the pay-per-view, and other feuds in the future. This was just a place setter.
And the fact we're now, after this Raw, we got 2 more Raws before Night of Champions, maybe?
Yeah.
How many? We know the title match and the U.S. title match. We have a sense of what a bunch of the other title matches are going to be, but nothing else has been announced yet.
Yeah.
And they should probably do that.
Well, maybe you have to tune in on Raw during Monday Night Football to find out.
We do.
I did enjoy that before SummerSlam, we had pretty much every single match announced weeks out, so we had ample time to get excited for all of them.
Yes.
Build anticipation.
But it seems like they do that for, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, the big ones, and then the ones that are back to back to back to back. You have obviously less time to.
Yeah, they get less lip service.
What's the one after Night Jam is Hell in a Cell?
I think so.
Okay. Fine. Give Paige and AJ Hell in a Cell instead of a cage. Put a roof on the thing.
Whoa.
All right.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. And the bunny is Farouk or Shane McMahon or Alberto Del Rio or Bob Holly or Grandmaster Sex. They're just going all over the place.
It's just
No one has said Kali.
No one has said that.
Charo, why has no one said?
Because everyone knows that the bunny wasn't tall enough.
I don't get.
And the bunny was more agile than Kali ever could be.
What if Kali was on his knees? Then it could have been the bunny.
In the bunny suit.
Then he needs to wrestle that way too, because that bunny could jump, could move. That bunny could slap a staircase. It could do more things than Kali can.
It was Renee Young.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Where was she?
Yeah.
There was no Renee. Were there any backstage interviews tonight?
No.
None. Everything was in
There was
ring.
just that one segment with Big Show and Mark Henry,
Isn't
really.
that
Was
so
that it?
weird?
Oh, and Triple H and Steph. That was it.
Yeah.
Because we just had such a long promo at the beginning of the show. Everything else got cut.
Yep.
Like about.
Anyways. I think that wraps up our Raw after show.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, that was the show.
Thanks for filling in, guys.
Well, thank you for having
Yes, thanks
me
for having us.
and him.
Oh.
Yeah. The Ginger Tag Team.
Well, now that Mark Henry and Big Show are out of the picture, we're up in the ranks.
Yay!
High fives for that.
We got Slater Gator next week.
Oh, man.
Gonna be good.
All right.
So we love to keep the conversation going all week long. Please leave comments on our YouTube page, rate us on iTunes, subscribe, tell a friend. In the meantime, where can people find you on Twitter? It's fun stuff.
Which you?
I was pointing to Christian, but he pointed to you, so I guess it passes it off to Eric.
All right,
you go first.
Fair enough. You can follow me on Twitter at @Erik Barnes. I do stand-up comedy throughout Los Angeles, and if you wish to know where I'm going to be, that's the best place to check me out.
All right, you can follow me on Twitter at CRosieVOC. Check me out this Friday night for AfterBuzz SmackDown. In about a month, we might be moving to Thursdays. We'll keep you posted with that. And
Crazy. To compete with Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, exactly. SmackDown is competing with Thursday Night Football. Go figure. And October 3rd in Victorville, California, Alpha Omega Wrestling presents The Road to Unleashed. I own that company, so you should go there. It's going to be fun, and I mean there.
You're the principal owner.
I'm the principal owner of Alpha Omega Wrestling.
The beginning and the end.
Says it's almost as intimidating as WWE.
Can you get me a free ticket if you're the owner?
Well,
I can, but he's not gonna.
He's not going to.
I mean,
it's a business.
Are you gonna drive
Why
to Victorville?
have friends if they can't get you free stuff?
That's all we're good for.
Yes. You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley. You can find me on Instagram at Cathy Kelley. You can find all of us here on Twitter and Instagram at AfterBuzz TV. Johnny and Dale will be back next week, and we will see you then. Thank you so much for watching.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.